at a height of 625 meters, braving Category 14 hurricane force winds. A 21,000-ton steel girder is connected with millimeter-level precision. This is not a CGI scene from a sci-fi blockbuster, but the real daily reality of China's megaprojects in 2025. While Western countries are still debating whether to build high-speed rail, China has already built bridges towering over 625 meters, launched driverless subsea tunnels, and developed quantum computers that are quadrillions of times faster than the world's fastest supercomputers. Today, I'm taking you through China's 10 most advanced megaprojects. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the world says China is writing the rulebook for the next century. Number 10. Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge. Guizhou is the only province in China with no flat plains, yet it boasts more record-breaking megabridges than anywhere else on Earth. In September 2025, the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge officially opened to traffic, smashing 2 world records and setting a new global benchmark for bridge engineering. The bridge stands at a vertiginous 625 meters tall, equivalent to a 200-story skyscraper, more than double the height of America's Golden Gate Bridge. With a main span of 1,420 meters, it ranks first in the world in both height and span, truly number 1 in every dimension. The bridge also features a 207-meter-tall sightseeing elevator that carries visitors to 800 meters above ground in just 1 minute, with a breathtaking drop beneath them and endless sea of clouds ahead. During construction, engineers overcame extreme challenges with unparalleled Chinese precision, building a flying rainbow between clouds and cliffs, and writing a new legend in bridge construction with steel and wisdom. Number 9. Shenzhen-Zhongshan Link. The Shenzhen-Zhongshan Link is a world-class 24-kilometer cross-sea cluster project integrating bridges, artificial islands, subsea tunnels, and underwater interchanges. Another masterpiece of China's cross-sea engineering. It has a main span of 1,666 meters, making it the world's longest-span fully offshore suspension bridge. The bridge deck stands 91 meters high, around 30 stories, capable of withstanding a Category 17 super typhoon with wind speeds of 88 meters per second, defying engineering limits once declared unbreakable by foreign authorities. During construction, teams had to precisely connect 32 giant immersed tubes, each weighing 80,000 tons, on the seabed with a margin of error under 5 millimeters, like docking 2 aircraft carriers 30 stories underwater. Since opening in 2024, travel time between Shenzhen and Zhongshan has plummeted from 2 hours to just 30 minutes, fully unlocking the transport artery of the Guangdong-Hong-Kong-Macao Greater Bay Area and fueling rapid regional economic integration. Number 8. Zuchongzhi 3 Quantum Computer. In March 2025, the University of Science and Technology of China unveiled the Zhuchongzhi 3, a superconducting quantum computing prototype. On specific tasks, its computing speed is 1 quadrillion times faster than the fastest conventional supercomputer, and 1 million times faster than Google's 67-qubit Sycamore processor announced in October 2024. Quantum computing is the ultimate battleground for next-generation technology. Traditional computers use binary zeros and ones. Quantum computers operate in a superposition of 0 and 1 simultaneously. What does that mean? Breaking modern banking encryption would take conventional supercomputers hundreds of millions of years. Yet a quantum computer could do it in minutes. It shrinks human computing power from geological timescales to second-level response, bringing disruptive transformation to global scientific research, meteorology, cryptography, new materials development, and countless other fields. Number 7. Hong Kong Zhuhai Macao Bridge. Stretching 55 kilometers across the Ling-Dingyang Bay like a giant sea dragon, the Hong Kong Zhuhai Macao Bridge came with a total investment of $17.6 billion. Construction began in 2009 and finished in 2018, linking Hong Kong, Zhuhai, and Macao. It is the world's longest cross-sea bridge. But length is the least impressive thing about IT. IT also holds world records for the longest subsea immersed tube tunnel and the largest steel structure usage. Designed for 120-year service life, It can resist Category 16 typhoons and magnitude 8 earthquakes, earning its title as an engineering wonder built to endure extremes. Britain's The Guardian named it one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. In the early stages, a Dutch firm demanded a staggering $210 million consulting fee. Chinese engineers refused flatly, mastered immersed tunnel technology through independent research, and broke the foreign monopoly. Today, the bridge not only connects 3 regions, but also sets a global textbook standard for cross-sea engineering, offering the world Chinese solutions and Chinese expertise. Number 6. China Space Station. In 2011, the U.S. Congress passed the Wolf Amendment, banning all space cooperation between NASA and China. China was locked out of the International Space Station, ISS. Faced with this exclusion, China did not give up. It built its own. The station was fully completed by the end of 2022, taking just 18 months from start to finish. Compared to 12 years for the islands, China's speed shocked the world. It offers 110 cubic meters of living space, equipped with 23 experiment racks, supporting long-term stays of 3 astronauts and short-term visits of 6. As the ISS nears retirement, China's Tiangong will become the only operational space station serving humanity, the central platform for global space science. 17 nations have been approved to join China's Space Station Cooperation Program, including Germany, France, and Italy, but not the United States. Baihetan Hydropower Station. Deep in the canyon of the Jinsha River lies the world's second-largest hydropower station, Baihetan. It hosts 16 million kilowatt-class hydroelectric generating units, with the world's largest single-unit capacity. Each full rotation of the turbine produces 150 kilowatt-hours of electricity, enough to power an average household for a full month. 1 unit's output in 1 minute can supply a mid-sized city for an entire day. The dam stands 289 meters tall, built with low-heat cement concrete, using over 8 million cubic meters of material. Not a single crack has formed, an unprecedented miracle in hydraulic engineering. The station generates 62.4 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity per year, equivalent to reducing 50 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions. It is a clean energy nuclear weapon for environmental protection, powering China's carbon peak and neutrality goals. Number 6. Sichuan-Tibet Railway. The Sichuan-Tibet Railway is an epic transportation project stretching 1,838 kilometers and known as the world's most difficult railway to build. The line climbs more than 3,000 meters from the Sichuan Basin to the Qinghai-Zizing Plateau, cutting through the geologically active Hengguan Mountains and crossing treacherous rivers, including the Nujiang and Yarlung Tsangpo. The Yigong Tunnel alone will be 42 kilometers long, making it China's longest railway tunnel upon completion. The route faces extreme geology, harsh weather, high altitude, oxygen deprivation, earthquakes, landslides, and constant hazards. American engineers once called it an impossible mission. Yet Chinese builders took on the challenge, planning to finish in 12 years with full opening expected in 2032. Travel time between Chengdu and Lhasa will drop from 48 hours to just 10 hours, completely transforming transportation on the snowy plateau. Number 3. Dalian Jinzhou Bay International Airport. Dalian Jinzhou Bay International Airport is the world's largest offshore airport, a bold Chinese feat of reclaiming land from the sea to build a global aviation hub, built on a 20-square-kilometer artificial island. It is 60% larger than Hong Kong International Airport and 90% larger than Japan's Kansai Airport. China reclaimed land at sea to build a modern aviation city on the water. The airport plans 4 runways, with an annual passenger capacity of 80 million, supported by full-featured terminals, cargo centers, and transport hubs, integrating passenger travel, cargo, and logistics. CNN covered the project, marveling that China once again demonstrated the power of its construction mania. While American airports struggle with aging infrastructure, constant delays, and crumbling facilities, China is drawing new landmarks on the ocean. Number 2. Fast Sky Eye. In a karst depression in Pingtang, Guizhou, sits a giant 500-meter dish, the world's largest single-dish radio telescope, FAST, covering an area equal to 30 soccer fields. It is China's deep space eye exploring the universe. With extreme sensitivity, it can detect electromagnetic signals from 13.7 billion light-years away, capturing the faintest and most distant signals in the cosmos. To date, FAST has discovered more than 900 new pulsars, 3 times the total found by all other international radio telescopes combined. It lifted China's radio astronomy from 20 years behind the world to 20 years ahead. Number 1. China's high-speed rail network. In 2004, China imported technology from Germany and Japan to start building high-speed rail. Back then, no one believed it would succeed. 20 years later, China's high-speed rail operating mileage has exceeded 45,000 kilometers, accounting for 70% of the world's total, enough to circle Earth's equator. It carries over 3 billion passengers annually, more than a third of the world's population. That it's not just about length. On-time reliability exceeds 95%, and even a 30-second delay triggers a full investigation. Today, 90% of Chinese cities with populations over 500,000 are connected by high-speed rail. Meanwhile, America's first high-speed rail, the California High-Speed Rail, was approved in 2008 with a $33 billion budget and planned opening in 2020. It's still not finished in 2026. In just 20 years, China built a national high-speed rail network, with trains running steadily at 350 kilometers per hour, revolutionizing travel for hundreds of millions. While the U.S. bickers over a single rail line, China has already mapped an 8 vertical, 8 horizontal network, and is developing 600 kilometers per hour maglev trains and 1,000 kilometers per hour vacuum tube ultra-high-speed trains. 45,000 kilometers is just the beginning. Each of these 10 megaprojects holds a world record, but even more stunning than the numbers is China's construction speed. The Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge was built in 3 years, the Shenzhen Zhongshan link in 7 years, the China Space Station in just 18 months. China has redefined global engineering with unmatchable execution. Dalian, the U.S. A single high-speed rail line is debated for 30 years without breaking ground. In Europe, major projects routinely take more than a decade. While the West still asks, can we build this? China is already asking, what should we build next? The world isn't falling behind. China is just running too fast. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts below. See you in the next video.